this, but there are 100 different ways to undermine assurance of salvation, right?
Right.
There's hundreds and hundreds of different reasons people have. And one of the most popular ways, I think, is people think that they can know that they or someone else is truly born again based on the fruits that they have. And there's a verse that talks about you know them by their fruits, right?
Right. Matthew 7:15 and 20 both says you will know them by their fruits. But it's one of the most confused verses in the New Testament.
Are you sure? I mean, it seems pretty clear. You will know them by their fruits. If there's no fruits, then you know that they're not born again, right?
No. The issue here is two things. Number one, who's the them? And number two, what are the fruits?
All right, well, let's go to the passage. It's Matthew chapter 7, and you said verses
15 through 20.
15 through 20. Beware of false prophets. Oh, wait a second.
That's what we're talking about here. The them are false prophets.
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing.
They look good.
But inwardly they are ravenous wolves.
That means they've got bad intentions, they've got a bad heart, and their teaching is going to be bad.
Okay. You will know them by their fruits.
You'll know the false teachers by the fruits, which later in Matthew we learn fruits are words, the teachings they give.
It continues, do men gather grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. So you're saying this isn't actually talking about how you can tell if someone's born again or not.
Right, and it's also not even talking about the fact, some people think that when it talks about a good tree bears good fruit, a bad tree bears bad fruit.
Yeah, isn't that your life?
So that's what they'll say. So
right?
if that were true, then wouldn't that mean a born again person would never sin?
Right, they can only produce good fruit.
So no bad fruit.
That's right.
But the issue here is not born again versus not born again. The issue is false prophet versus true prophet.
Right.
And in the Old Testament, a true prophet, 100% accurate.
Right. So I see what you're saying. So these false teachers, these false prophets, they look good. They look like sheep.
Right. They come in sheep's clothing.
But inwardly they're wolves.
Right.
And the only way you can tell them is not by how they look, but by what they actually teach.
What they're saying is wrong, and it's inconsistent with the scriptures, either the Old Testament scriptures or apostolic doctrine. And so because of that, that's how you know that they are false prophets. But this isn't saying, look, a pastor who's born again gives 100% accurate teaching. It isn't saying that a born again Bible study teacher, everything they say is correct. Instead, what it's saying is a true prophet is going to be 100% correct.
So this is specifically about prophecy,
right.
not teaching.
And remember, in the Old Testament, they killed someone who gave an inaccurate prophetic message.
Interesting.
So the whole issue here is the them is false prophets, and the fruits are their teachings. This isn't saying anything about the fact that you know a believer by their works. Because obviously believers mess up. I mean, you're married. Have you ever had an argument with your wife?
I have never ever messed up.
I know.
Ever.
Yeah, you
ask my wife.
I know.
Don't ask her.
No,
Actually, don't ask her.
You know, before I got married, the Holy Spirit told me when I sinned. After I got married, I had the help of my wife.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, my wife has had to forgive me 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 times, and I've had to forgive her 4, 5 times.
That's exactly right.